Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Rob and this video today is going to be about the new Nissan Leaf and my experience with it. I went out for a test drive the other day on it and I'm considering purchasing one. So I thought I'd do a video on this, like a vlog or something like that. I'm going to have the car back again hopefully in a week or two for 2 or 3 days to go and test it on some motorway journeys to just see whether it's a viable option for me. But I thought I'd go through just on this video about my initial thoughts and what I've kind of found digging over the internet. And then if you want to watch like the later videos, subscribe and notifications and all that sort of stuff. And hopefully I'll put up a load more videos when I've got a bit more time with the vehicle. But initial thoughts were I really liked it. It was bigger than I thought. So you can go on the website here. You can find out all the sort of, you know, the gumph sort of details about the different features and that. And I'll just go through a few bits and pieces about. I went out and test drove. What was it? The 2.2 or the 2.1. Something is that it's not the very top of the range. It's the like the next one down. I think there's like 4 in the range, and they just come with different sort of features as standard and bigger wheels and things like that. There's no sort of difference to the distance that they travel. So I've been learning over the last few days all about EV vehicles. They've started to become more interest, I think, to myself and to more mainstream people now that there's longer ranges. So initially I saw an article on this saying that it was going to be closer to like 200 miles range. And I think they've upgraded the estimates now on the range. If you go to range and charging on there, they've now updated to that to, what's it, about 150, 160 range on the go. So I'm thinking of using this as a company car. This is obviously a huge tax saving as a company car, as opposed to having a petrol or diesel. So I'm weighing that up in the mix of consideration of there's probably going to be a little bit more of a hassle with charge times and planning my trips a lot more rather than just getting up, going, leaving a bit of time to go and fuel up somewhere and off you go. So there is a bit more hassle with this, but I kind of sort of don't mind accepting that a little bit because I think it's the way forward into the future, and if we don't start or I'm going to crack at it, then it's never going to happen. So a few things that have concerned me that I've found out about, and I've watched some other people's videos on YouTube and I've done a bit of digging on some websites, is about the recharge. So I was looking at the distance that you go, and you've got a map here, and it's on the car as well, the map, and it tells you how far you go and whether you're going to make it and whether you need to recharge. And it kind of intelligently tries to look on your driving style and work out your sort of distances. But I was kind of looking at the maximum distance at 100%, and it was saying that it takes 45 minutes to get 80% charge. Well, they've changed that on the website now to 40 to 60 minutes with some stars against it, because you have to kind of factor in that you may get your first rapid charge close to 80% in 40 minutes, but then if you carry on driving, then you have to go for a second rapid charge that could be greatly reduced. And it all depends a lot on how you've driven, the temperature of the battery, the temperature outside. So if the battery gets hot, it doesn't want to charge as quickly because it's going to be bad for the battery and a bit dangerous. So you've got to consider your journey, whether you're going to get there and whether you're going to get there and back on, say, 1 rapid charge, or whether you're going to need 2 charges, and considering the second charge may take more than an hour to get 80%. So if you kind of factor that in, so you're reducing this 160 miles maybe down to, say, on a safe side 140, and then take 80% of that and you're down to sort of like 110, 120. So you could do 240 miles with 1 rapid charge potentially. I don't know. So this is where I want to take the test vehicle out again, and I'm going to take it on a motorway run. Luckily for me, my offices They're about 130 miles away, where I go up to now and again, once a week or once a fortnight, and they have charging stations there, so I can do like a slow charge all day long, which is quite nice. I don't know if to do the rapid charge, but it's when I'm going to see customers and doing other things that's a bit of a concern, whether it's a viable option for me. So that's something to consider. Right, I'm going to stop rambling on about that and go on about a few other bits and pieces that I found on the car that I liked. All in all, I like the car a lot, and I'm still eager to go for this, even though it's a bit annoying that the Nissan have announced that they're going to bring out another model, but it's not for another year, which is going to have an increased range again and a bigger battery. It's like, just bring it out now. Come on. So I'm really annoyed that I can't get that extra range, and that is supposed to be a 200 plus mile range on a battery, which I think would definitely tick the box for me. So what have we got? We got the design. Yeah, it all looks kind of nice inside. I had a test drive. I had my wife in the back with two kids, aged 9 and 10. So none of us are all sort of small. As I mean, we're not huge in size, but we're up. There's 3 adults in the car and 2 sort of almost teenage kids. Absolutely no problems. Plenty of boot space in there as well. I'm thinking of taking this for work, for taking lots of samples and things like that. Probably wouldn't be great if you were doing a family holiday trying to pack everything, but this is a medium-sized car, so bear that in mind. It shows on their roof bars, but I imagine if you put anything on the roof, that's going to really drastically reduce your range. What else can I say? Yeah, inside there's loads of gadgets, gizmos and buttons, and it's all on the steering wheel. The ProPilot is something that I was very interested in for motorway mileage. So you got that distance sensor, so you can kind of just set it and not worry too much about it. So if you're on a hands-free call and you're not totally 100% focused on your driving, which let's face it, it happens. We take hands-free calls. My phone is hands-free when I'm in the car. I don't ever sort of pick it up, and our company has got a policy that they don't want you to get too involved in a call, because sometimes you can get a bit engrossed in the conversation. But there's no real difference, say, to talking to somebody who's sat next to you. But I like the fact that you've got these extra safety features. If you start to wander over line, the steering wheel vibrates a little bit and sort of just tells you sort of going off. And it almost kind of steers you back over a little bit. There's almost like just a bit of a nudge, which is quite interesting. You can switch that on and off. So if I get this car, I will be looking to try and get the ProPilot in the package as well. You got the ProPilot Park. That is, it's not good. The salesperson did a demonstration, and okay, admittedly, it only done a few demonstrations with this, but essentially you kind of drive past the spot. Then you have to go on the screen. You have to choose which type of spot that it is, whether it's parallel parking, reverse parking, nose parking, and then it sort of asks you to drive back again, and then align where it's going in. So you're actually manually just picking on the screen where it is, and then it drives forward, and then back a bit, and then forward, and then back a bit, and then forward, and then back. And it did it in about sort of 5 or 6 turns, and it was just, God, I'd have just parked. I mean, I can imagine people just getting really paid off, and you go, what the hell's this person doing? So I wouldn't bother if that's the option. I'd save you money. I wouldn't bother, because what it has got on there. Let's see if we can find an image inside. I don't know whether it's on this. Now I'm not sure, 100% sure actually, whether you need the ProPark to have this image. But if you look here. On the picture in the center there, you can see, oh, what are you doing? Right, so if I zoom in a little bit on that, if I can, for you, so you can see the image a bit better. Zoom down, scroll down. There we go. Right, so hey, stop it. What the hell's it doing? I suppose it's going to load the page up. Looking website. So the picture in the middle there shows you like your normal kind of reversing camera angle with the lines on it that kind of indicate, which is really good. And a lot of cars have those like reverse camera situations. But if you look to the image to the right, this is what really blew me away, is it's got cameras all the way round. Sorry about Like that. Camera moves all the way around the car, and it stitches all the images together that it looks like they've just sat a drone above your car, and you can see all the way around, and it's absolutely brilliant. So just with that feature alone, parking, I mean, that's, you know, absolutely amazing. That's all you need. You don't need the you don't need anything to park itself. I mean, I don't know, I don't know why anybody would want to do that. It just takes too long. But that feature is fantastic, and I want that on the car. I wish every car had that feature on. It's brilliant. But yeah, hopefully in the future, that's the way. That's where we'll all be parking. You can see right up to like where the boot is. So you can do a parallel park and really bring it in close. Not getting somebody jumping out and seeing things. So that's a really cool feature. Yeah, it's kind of a nice car inside. The design's quite nice. It doesn't seem too plasticky. It's really lovely and quiet. I mean, it's a bit eerie when you first start off, because you've got no engine noise or anything like that, which is absolute plus benefit. That's another thing that I'm considering for this as a company car, is that you sit for an hour or two on a motorway with the noise of the engine and the road. Well, if you cut a lot of that noise out, then you're just more relaxed and you're less fatigued when you get to the end. I can sit and drive back 3 hours from the office and get back, and I've not done anything. I've just sat still, not really done a lot, but I'm absolutely drained when I get back for it, sort of mentally. I need to have a bit of sort of downtime, just because your brain's processing all that noise. So reduced noise is fantastic. Pro Pilot Park I wouldn't bother with. The only downside to this, when I did the test drive, is that you can't really see it on there, but the rear view mirror, I don't know why, the way they've kind of positioned it, it's really low, and I found myself a couple of times having to duck my head to look underneath it or sort of around it when I was pulling out. So but that's a minor niggle for me, really. Everything else seems really good with the car. Boot space is great. So as I said, I'm going to get the car back again in about a week's time. So and then I'll do 1 or 2 videos on various things that I find, and I'll try and do like a vlog of the whole journey and sort of break it up. So if you want to watch that, then subscribe or notifications and all the rest of it, or just remember the channel if you can, and just come back and I'll do a video on that for you. But if anybody else has got any comments of like they've either got one and could sort of highlight whether you've got any sort of issues with it, or what you think is really good charging at home, what you've got, that'd be really good. I'd be really interested. And if you've got any questions that you want to know about it, when I go back to get this test drive, I'll bear those in mind, and I'll try and answer them on the next video. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next video. Cheers. Bye bye.